A wizard is never late, nor is he early, but usually he's a little late. Welcome. Happy August, my beautiful family. We have a lot of important things to talk about before this video starts, before we start dropping cards for your zodiac sign for what is going on during this powerful, most powerful August window, quite possibly of our lives. We are having the 8-8 Lions Gate, things that started to be manifested on 7-7 that had been manifesting for thousands of years are now coming to conclusion. Certain things are going to be taking place. Certain things will be manifesting on this 8-8 window, which will have a lot to do with what you're thinking about on August 4th, just 3 days from now. This new moon is going to be a big one. So please pay attention to what you are doing on that day. Please pay attention to what you are manifesting on that day, because this has a lot to do with what future timeline shifts are coming, with what future stations you will be switching to, however you want to look at it. These next rounds of Mandela effects, certain things are going to seem like people have changed. They've changed back to their old selves. They've changed to a improved version of themselves. They've chosen to exit this reality entirely because there are certain things that are not allowed where you are going. You chose this ascension process. You chose for things to get better and better and better. And people that are still acting from passive aggression, people that are still acting from aggression, they're going to have to phase out of your current reality state. This has been why you've been pushing these people, trying to pull these people, sacrificing some of your daily energy to these people in hopes that they would make the right choices. It is up to you to do what you need to do. And what you need to do is finish strong with what you've been manifesting and trust in the process. So what you are manifesting in just 3 days from now and what you've been manifesting is what is going to make everything come to a head during this very, very powerful 8-8 Lions Gate during an 8-year, 2024, adding up to 8. In the year of the dragon in Chinese Zodiac. So, with all of these things combined, there's going to be a very, very powerful shift. Regardless of what was going on recently, this would have been an extremely powerful shift for the divine feminine, for all aspects of the divine feminine within me and within you. But the fact of what took place on 6/21, 6/22, and 6/23, and all these shifts of the divine masculine and the inner child stepping into new forms of how we hold the container, how we create the container, how we assert our power, plain and simply. The feminine is now going to feel safer for these things to shift. The feminine is going to be safer for these things to shift because she's no longer going to be required, and I use this term in quotations, she's no longer going to be required to step into the masculine to test her masculine, to test these father figures or who was supposed to be being these father figures. She's no longer going to have to test these people. There are going to be those divine masculines that you see have stepped up to the plate and are doing this work properly. Certain things that were being observed as the dark feminine, the wild feminine, the destructive feminine, the Kali Ma, all of these different terminologies this entire time have been being looked at through a distorted lens, plain and simply. And these things have been the oracle. The oracle has been testing the divine masculine around her that have not been the divine masculine. They've been running distorted frequencies of Peter Pan or this thing or that thing, and those men that were pretending to be men that were children, plain and simply, are they're making different decisions. Let's just say that. And this is what you're seeing shifting right around you right now. This is why you're seeing certain people that you've been questioning, like, are they good? Are they bad? What are they doing? Are they X? Is it Y? Is it Z? This is why you're seeing all these things shift around you. you should be keeping to yourself over the course of these next, well, really those 4 days, from 8-4 to 8-8. Just please make sure you're not gossiping. There's no time for tea time anymore. There's no time for, if you're not talking positively about my fellow family, which is everybody on this planet that's choosing to go through these gateways, these are conversations that I do not have time to have. You should not be making time to have, because these things could make the timeline shift, which is inevitable for you and for me. These could delay this timeline shift. Make sure that you are putting yourself first, plain and simply. You're putting yourself first and putting your healing first and putting your transformation and transmogrification and transmutation as a whole first, so you can be the best version of you in this next and upcoming reality. What is coming for the feminine is going to be a lot, and she's going to need the support of the divine masculine, of the inner child, to plain and simply be aware in presence, to be who he was meant to be, who he stepped in to be. And when I say these things, before any feminine out there or masculine are getting triggered, every aspect and archetypal frequency that I'm speaking of in these present moments is within you and within me. These are archetypal frequencies that are parts of the honeycomb matrix that is the two grandparents, the mom and the dad, and the two children of the little boy and the little girl, that make up this entire reality, from what is stemming from those aspects of the self, from those starseed lineages, from who and what you are, which is the all, which is the original creator of your soul, having an experience for your slice, your piece, your body part, if you will, of the original creator of your soul, of God, of the universe, of however you want to use and whatever vernacular triggers you the least. You stepping into the power of who and what and how far you've gone down this hallway of ascension that there is no turning back. You've moved far enough into this. If you are hearing Alexander have this conversation and you have chosen to stay in these realities and stay in the boat and keep moving forward and stay on the spaceship Gaia, these are the things that are going to be most benevolent and beneficial to you moving forward, regardless of what your card reading is this month. So, without further ado, where is my little board? And let's get it going. Too late, triggered Johnny. Johnny's triggered everybody. He's on the screen. He's on the screen. Go ahead. Oof. So, intro. We'll just do Galactic update. We'll say 1 minute. And let's get on into Aries. Happy birthday, Leo. 8:33. Oof, that's a good one. Let me just in case, so I don't get any reverb on the sound. I don't know how the sound's going, but let me just cover up this little microphone right here. Not here, but here. There we go. And then let's pull up this extra camera. The table. Oh, you know what we use? Joanne. I mean, of course we could do Joanne, but Joanne's nonsense. Don't light the phone on fire. Get a little bit of that dragon's blood. Get the dragon's blood stage with my sister Joanne. Oof. Oof. And then we got the dragon's blood incense. We're going to get that going too, because we're creating a sacred container right now for Alexander to channel in the highest benevolent possible way in this present moment. Yeah, see? That's making a mess. That is making a mess. Okay. We'll just go ahead and we're going to go ahead and clean that up later. And by later, I mean right now. Alrighty. Let's get it going. of the greatest day. Okay, let's do this. And this is why I made this the galactic update. Okay. Decisions are being made, Aries. This is what I was exactly just speaking of during the galactic update. So if you were fast forwarding to this timestamp later on and watching this in the future, when we are not live, please rewind back to the galactic update and watch that, because this is very much so intertwined with what's going on. We're seeing that the angel is down on their side. There are still decisions that are being made. We are moving full speed ahead. We're moving full speed ahead with this the sun, plain and simply, but not the sun in its physical form, the sun in its energetic form. What is taking place with these solar flares that I'm sure are happening right now? This is what is going and taking place. This is the truth. You know the truth. You can feel the truth. You know what's taking place. You've been doing the work. As you're doing the work, you have all of the elements on the table. Having all of the elements on the table, and then it says literally the offering of betrayal. There is some sort of choice. There's some sort of decision that's going to be made across this entire month. But most importantly, early on here in the month, there are decisions that are going to be made. There are manifestations that are going to be made. But your brother Alexander is luckily here to give you the cliff notes on the month. When we see this combination of cards, we do not offer betrayal. We do not offer talking behind people's backs. This, whatever this is representing, it is felt, it is known. Whatever is being done, there is no lying to our goddess anymore. There is no lying to the divine masculine anymore, the inner child, none of this. There are things that took place, and I'm not saying this to saying you were going to lie. There was something that was going to go on. There was something that was going to be gossip. There was something that was going to be something that if the person was there in the physical, that you know who you're thinking of when this comes up, they would not prefer that you said these things. They would prefer that you did not do these things. So remember, as you're doing to others, you are doing unto yourself. And this is only going to get multiplied more and more and more. And this is going to go from tooth to it for a tooth, for a tooth, for 4 teeth, for a tooth, for an entire body. Because you know better, because you are a high angelic. You know the truth, you feel the truth. Pay attention to your body, pay attention to your heart, pay attention to your stomach. How are you feeling? You're being asked to be the immovable object of love. You're being asked to be the unstoppable force of love. You're being asked to do all the appropriate things instead of what we see was going to happen here, where you were going to be moving forward and looking back and saying, I wish I didn't do that. We do not have anything that we can consider a mistake. A mistake is not asking how I could have done better today. If you make these mistakes, then you undo these mistakes. You be honest with the person. You contact the person. You say, hey, it's nothing against you. I prefer not to have conversations like this anymore. You make this risk of, oh, but if I don't gossip at work, if I don't do this at work, will I lose my job? Is that a job you want to have? Are you that in fear and worried about your security that you are going to act like this, plain and simply, to keep your job? You could be missing major windows if you do not make the right decisions. This goes for all zodiac signs. We are under the spotlight right now. We are under the spotlight. spotlight, the magnifying glass, the telescope. You are watching you. The aspects of your soul, the aspects of your divine star lineage heritage, the aspects that are you are making sure that you're not doing things to hurt others, because we've made it so far. We're across the river. This is done. What you've been hoping for, what you've been waiting to see, you could see if you just looked. It's already happened. This has already taken place. So as for what you're manifesting next, this is a no-go. You see this at the end of the month. These things still being balanced and looking at it as if it's hard work. There is some sort of bypassing. There is some sort of lack mindset for this to be coming up. Let's talk about this for just a moment. Let's talk about the devil card for a second. Let's talk about anything that's perceived as a reptilian, this dark thing, the dark feminine, this thing. Oh, that person's possessed. Whatever the heck you want to look at and how you want to talk about it. The only way that anything dark can feed is if you allow it in. How do you allow it in? By limiting the clarity of your mind. That is the only way that these aspects of confusion, every demon out there, every dark aspect out there, all they are, these unseen, non-physical forces, all they are different forms of confusion that are attempting to get inside your mind. They're attempting to get inside your field. Your auric field is impenetrable. It's impenetrable. So all you have to do to close the buffet permanently and put all the red rocks in Sedona on top of it so it cannot be opened is limit the confusion. When confusion comes up, what do you do about it? Take a walk, go for a ride, go to the gym, go do whatever the thing is that gets you out of that confusion and gets you back into clarity. Remember who you are. Remember what you are. Remember how powerful you are. And this is weak. This is weakness. This is not something to be in fear of. But what about the this? But what about the that? What about the blah, 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 yakety schmackety? This is confusion. And all you have to do is show your evolution to yourself, to God, to the original creator of your soul, and limit confusion. And this stuff disappears from your timeline. This stuff disappears from your reality. This stuff disappears entirely, or it chooses to open the good book. And no, I'm not talking about the Bible. I'm talking about the good book of light, which is light in love, and that is it. Making and choosing the appropriate things for you in every present moment, remembering who you are, and remembering that if you are not going up in the spiral, then you are going down in the spiral, and identifying that as the pillar of light, as the beacon that you are, as the person that came here as a high angelic to remind others who and what they are, to remind others that they're being supported by the original creator of their soul in all present moments, the second that they remember that they are. How do they forget that they are? By going down in the spiral and thinking that dark things and this thing and this evil thing, oh, and the CERN and that thing and the jabber and that. No more, my family. This is weakness. We choose to evolve. I choose to evolve you for you. Continue to evolve, please, or you are in the wrong place, watching the wrong videos. Moving on. Does that feel good? Don't you remember? Don't you all remember that? Don't you all remember that when things got worse and worse and worse because you were confused? Okay. Taurus. Ooh, perfect time. Look and see. You know what I mean. Okay, well, we don't end the reading on that card. Ever. Oof. Oh, it's good. Oh my God, when that's the last card and then you put that over it, it's good. Oh my God. 4 aces! Are you even seeing that? Does anyone even know the mathematical anomaly that's taking place right there? Okay. Moving forward and looking backwards on something that seems to have happened quickly, something that happened at work, something that happened during the work that you've been doing, something that got you in alignment with truth, Taurus. Whatever this situation is that you are healing, that is major. It is absolutely and epically major. This is something that you've been healing, attempting to heal, been putting yourself in alignment with the shadows of this for lifetimes on end. This is major what you're doing. We've got both cards that have the sword of truth on them, and we've got all 3 aces in a row showing what you're healing for everybody, showing what you're transmutating for your archetypal frequency, for all that is, plain and simply. This frequency of Taurus and how powerful it is, and the divine feminine archetypes like Hathor and many, many others that are connected to that earth-based element that is you. This has been something that you've been attempting to heal for a very long time. This is something you've been working at. It only could be done now. And by now, I mean literally in these next few present moments, during this month, during this window. Taurus, this is what you've been gearing up for. You've been creating a harvest of light. You've been creating a harvest of love, and all of these energies with your sisters, with your brothers, with your family. This is what you've been doing. So please do not undo all the work you've done. Just like I was just saying to Aries, once again for Taurus as well, please go watch the Galactic Update if you did not hear it. You are not allowed to do these things. You're not allowed to gossip about people. You're not allowed to do these things. You're not even allowed to, like, you really should be limiting your time and even talking to the people that you know are still doing these things. You went above and beyond, hoping these people would make the jump. You went above and beyond saying, step into your purpose, do this thing. If they still have not jumped and stepped into their purpose, guess what? They're waiting for the next wave. What's most important right now is your wave, is your moving towards victory, because this is the way that you don't stay back with these people and you move up with these other reflections of them as you step into a new reality with new Mandela effects, remembering different things about different situations and going, that's different. Did you guys know that Mr. T no longer says, I pity the fool in the A-Team? Not one time during the whole series does Mr. T say, I pity the fool. There's a whole bunch of other Mandela effects I could tell you about. But that one, many people will be like, how is that possible? This is what is taking place as we step into these other people's realities. We're not having our reality change from here and all these other people and things are happening here. We are moving into ascended states, and we are the aliens of their reality. We are the ones that are infiltrating their reality as these other versions of us, as the walk-ins come in and out, and what is taking place. That's at least how I see it. That is a way to look at it with purity, instead of saying, oh, it's CERN, it's this thing, it's the powers that be. We are the powers that be. They are the powers that were. In every reality you will see me in. That is what is taking place. Limit the confusion in your mind, and these things are weak. And by these things, I mean anything that is not love is weak when you are in clarity. Clarity is your power. Clarity is your awareness. Clarity and awareness is the power and the essence and the energy of the divine masculine. This is what you've been waiting for. People are seeing this marriage of the self. You have these masculine aspects. You have this inner child aspect. The divine feminine that is coming in, as I was saying earlier, and the epic, powerful connections. I'm excited to see what's coming up for Virgo and Libra as well, because this Taurian, Taurus frequency This is what you've been choosing. This is what has been going on. This is an element of the earth that is Gaia, that is these very, very powerful archetypal goddesses. Doesn't matter if you're in the body of a masculine. I'm saying what is going on elementally, what is going on with the colors, what is going on with the rays, what is going on with the starseed lineages, what is going on with this zodiac sign of Taurus. And what is going on is there is something major that is being healed. Major. It was very difficult work. So it's saying the magic is coming, the sadness is being healed. Whatever this sadness is, whatever this betrayal is, whatever this heartache is, whatever you're thinking about when I say this thing that you've been healing, this trauma that happened in childhood, this trauma that you've been attempting to heal for lifetimes on end, this is the window where it will be done. This is the window where it is done. This is the window where why we see all of these massive shifts taking place in these future moments. So, Taurus, please, for the love of God, remember the high priestess. Remember the high priestess and what that archetype is and what that aspect is. The high priestess does barely even speaks. If she does speak, it's definitely not gossip. There's nothing going on with betrayal. Whatever this is, let it go. This whole, whatever this is, let it go. Pay attention to what you are doing, especially on the 4th of August, especially on the 8th of August, and during those windows of the 5th, 6th, and 7th as well. Please pay attention. Please get ready for this. Say whatever you have to say. Send out whatever text messages you have to say while you're going to be distant or quiet or doing whatever you're doing. And just please at least limit this. At least limit this. I'm not saying not to speak. I'm saying to be very, very determined in your speech and make sure that what you are saying is your truth and make sure that whatever is coming out of your mouth is what you would want to be said about you if you weren't around. I love to change the world, and I do know what to do. Is this Gemini? This is the window where I always feel like I'm forgetting a sign. 2814. Okay. Oh. Okay. Good. Excuse me. All right. It's been hard work. It's been hard work with everything that's been going on, Gemini. decisions being made about what you want to teach, about what you want to learn, something you're wanting to learn about, something you need to learn about because of what you've been manifesting. It shows that you've been sitting with all of the light. You've been sitting with the solar flares and what the sun has been doing. This isn't going to slow down anytime soon. This is something that is the way of life. This is how things are shifting. This is how your auric field is growing. This is how you are becoming more and more powerful. By the Schumann resonance going up, by the solar flares growing and growing, some of them direct impacting the planet now, all of what's taking place. This is what is allowing this transition to take place of you getting these uploads and downloads from the angelic aspects of the self. So once again, things are showing up. So this position of this card is how people are viewing you. Okay, I would never want to be viewed with this card. I hope this card never comes up in Leo in this position. This card in this position means that something is being dramatic. It's 3 readings in a row now. They're wanting me to tell you, like, we are not allowed to gossip anymore. We're not allowed to have tea time anymore. We're not allowed to have this drama anymore. So something is going on where you are speaking one way. I'm sure this is going to be triggering. It's okay. There's a thumbs down button if you'd like to use it. And instead of just being honest and true with yourself and real with yourself, that maybe I am doing that, Alexander, let me sit with that. Speaking about others, speaking in a way, walking the walk and talking the talk that you've been saying for others. You're saying, whatever this is, you're looking at others and you're saying, oh, you should be doing this. You need to be doing that. And they're sitting here scratching their heads like, but you just did. I just saw you do this the other day. This is hypocritical, which is okay. But learning from this now, instead of arguing, instead of denying that this has been taking place, being who you say everyone else should be. That's what Spirit wants you to know. Being the high angelic, instead of praying to these angels, being the angel that you came here to be. How do we do that? Okay, what does it say? It says to be in unconditional love. How do we be in unconditional love while we are judging? We look at our judgments and we know what part of our judgments is observation. If something that you're observing and you're observing it and you're saying, I don't like this, then that is not a judgment. Judgment is something that would hurt the person. If it would hurt the person and it still is your observation, then there's a different way you can speak about it. Pause. Allow their words to come in. Have this filter. Have this become thoughts in your mind, have it become other thoughts, have it become other thoughts, have it become words, and then speak the words. The transitions and the epic shifts I've been watching happen in other people while I stand here and they say the most hurtful things, and I'm standing there and I'm like, that makes me sad when you say that? And just sit there? The people that used to get possessed, the people that used to attack, the people that used to do these things, when they see that level of control, when they see that level of love, when they see that level of patience, or I can just go, okay, like things are different in 621. I've noticed that. It's like I used to have to control myself to be patient. I'm noticing now that I'm just being patient and there's not even any control. Like there's a different version of me that is here having this conversation with you. You're being asked to step into this different version. There have been things that you've been doing, Gemini, that you know are not okay. And you have very powerful priestess friends and angelic friends that are around you. How about you have a heart to heart? How about you give yourself, what would we even call this? Give yourself the opportunity to have your friends come in, an intervention. Give yourself an intervention. Ask your friends, and please don't get triggered or get triggered. It doesn't really matter. Listen to your friends that you know are on the level. Listen to your friends that you know are activated. If they are in a better situation or as good as you, like attracts like. So the people that have been around you, asking yourself why they're around you and looking at whatever this is, please, something is completed. You have the strength, you have the magic at the end of this month, okay? This isn't even bad. This is Spirit letting you know that something has been hypocritical. You're not listening, Gemini. You're not listening. You're yelling over people. You're talking over them. I don't know what this is. Pause. For God's sakes, pause. Just pause and take an extra moment. And to those of you that have Geminis in your life that are very, very important, even if it's going to trigger them for them to see this, Alexander could care less. Show them this because they need to hear this, or find a loving way to speak this to them, that this isn't allowed anymore. Like, this isn't allowed anymore. Like, whatever comes and whatever's happening, whatever this is, whether this is a doo-doo sandwich or whether this is all the abundance and all the love that you've been waiting for, this has to do with the version of you that you are being. So be who you've been saying you are. Be who you've been asking everybody else to do. If what you've been talking, you're being asked to walk the walk that you've been talking. And then he wonders why there's only 4,000 subs. He doesn't really. I'm a lot. It's a lot. It's a big hot cup of tea. Of course it doesn't resonate with you because you must be a Gemini. It's not going to resonate with you if you're still arguing with the fact there's something that you're doing that is out of alignment. Geminis, can I get? Yeah, they're all just gonna leave. Let me get it in the chat. How many of you did it not resonate with? Mm-hmm. Oh God! You know, you guys think this is tough love. Wait do you see what version of the mother's coming through on 8-8. That's all I'll say. Wait do you see what version of mom is coming through. Yeah, they're not wanting me to say too much. I'll probably go live on 8-8 to let you guys know what's going on as it's already happened. Cancer. I'm going to put these cards down before I add this energy to Cancer. If any of us out there, present company included, if any of you think that there is not more work to do, you are in a state of mental illness. Let's be completely 100% transparent. If you think that you're perfect and you're done and there isn't more work for you to do, I'm just going to update the time for Gemini because this message is for anybody that was in disagreement and anybody that was just clicking away, in case if you come back to hear this later, or one of your friends that knows that you watch the channel is like, you need to hear this and I know you weren't listening. If you think that you're completely done, you are in a state of mental illness, okay? There is work that we all need to do. Nobody is done. If you were done, you wouldn't be here to hear the message. If you were done, you would be somewhere else, just completely crushing the game and flying around the reality with the children. The fact of the matter is we all have work to do. So if it triggers you to hear that you have more work to do, you have more work to do. Like, what are we even talking about here? Like, did any of the Gemini that clicked away think that they're perfect and they don't have more work to do? Honestly? Okay. Let me put these cards down for a second. Does it have to resonate for you to feel right? There's always work to do, but what you said doesn't apply to your personal experience. If it doesn't apply to your personal experience, then that means that you think you're done. That means that you actually think you're done and there isn't more work to do. All that this said, as triggering as it was for Gemini, all that this said is there's more work to do and there's something that has not been done that you think is done. Okay? So do you still think everything is done? Let's write down a new time for Cancer. 40:28. Oh, there's some good poppers there, Cancer. Oh, more poppers. Oh. Hey. Hey. You got a different message? We got a different message, and that was popped out. Excellent. Okay. Great stuff. Not triggered. Now you're making me feel like even further behind. We're not behind. We can't be behind, brother. All we have to do, the biggest message, if I was going to make this video 15 seconds long, I would say limit any darkness that could be in your field by avoiding confusion and being in clarity. That is the key to your entire mental, physical, and spiritual existence. That is the most powerful philosophy that Alexander can tell you about today that will control your entire reality. The only way that you could be behind is if you're allowing yourself to be in confusion for long periods of time. If you're going into confusion, this is normal. We just can't allow ourselves to stay there. We can't allow ourselves to sit in confusion for 5 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, days on end. When we go into long periods of confusion, we start to go down in the spiral. It's how fast we're going down in the spiral and how up we're going up in the spiral based upon the levels of clarity and or confusion that we are in. There is no stagnance. There is no staying still. We are either moving very, very slowly up or very, very slowly down in a spiral. That is it. And some people are going up and down and ebbing and flowing, and some people are choosing to just go up, and some people are just going down, and they're going down in flames right now. Trust that process. There's purity in that process. Stop feeding and allowing people during their process to stop them from falling over. They might need to fall over to go through the shifts that they need to go through to ask themselves the question of why does this said thing keep happening to them? Why do they keep seeing the same pattern? They will answer that question. They will ask when they grow into the awareness of being like, holy crap, the same thing keeps happening. So please, there's nothing here is competitive. Nothing here is about a competition. Okay. So moving forward, there's something that has been healed that is major for this aspect of the witch, this aspect that is the divine feminine. There is something that was being perceived that Cancer, thank you so much for helping with this, that has been being seen as this witchcraft, the dark feminine, as Kali, as a possession. Something's been being seen as negative when it has been and always will be and always has been the divine feminine, the mother frequency. This is the mother frequency. Let's talk about this one more time in case if you didn't catch it the other times I was saying it during this video. Cancer, thank you, first and foremost. Thank you again, thank you again, thank you again, thank you again, and thank you again. Alexander just created an entire cube of thank you to put around you for what you've been doing and what you've been dealing with from these little children. Plain and simple. What have you actually been doing? You have been testing them to see if you can step out of the divine masculine or the lack thereof, the destructive masculine. Am I safe to step out of my masculine? Are you going to properly hold the container, my love, my dear, my father, my grandfather, my friend, my coworker, my boss?
Are you capable of holding the field for the divine feminine and hearing the oracle come through with her truth? This is what you've been doing. This must have been quite traumatic. Okay. Thank you for doing this work. Now we can see who is ready and who wasn't. This work has been coming through in a very distorted way. It was not dark to do this. It was not evil. It was not possession. It was states of the oracle was testing. Are you capable of holding the field? Are you capable of staying in awareness? Are you capable of even being in awareness? Are you capable of listening what is coming through from original creator right now? Okay. So this must have been incredibly difficult. This took strength. The strength is here. The heart of Regulus is upon you this month. The heart of Regulus is the heart of the lion. This is representing this. This is even older than like Virgin Mary Kuan Yin energy. This is the energy of this like ether grandma. This is the light, the rainbow light, this crown, this galactic crown that is being bestowed upon Cancer. I love what I am seeing. These are the decisions that you made. This is what is taking place. The magic is already here in the beginning of the month. We see this. This is major for you. This is major for Taurus. This is major for anyone with their inner child learning what is it that they want to do. We see, just like Alexander just said, the 621, the divine masculine and the inner child are both here. They're both here and they're learning. They're listening. They're learning. How do I be? How do I be? How do I be here now as this new version of me? Stop accusing of what the old version of me did. That version is dead. That version of these people, that no longer exists. So it doesn't matter what they did before. It doesn't matter what I did before. It doesn't matter what anybody here did before. It matters what they do here today. And that's it. So there is a certain bit of like, forgive this, release this, look at this with purity, and give these people the opportunity to be who and what they are now here. Let them show their true colors. Look through the spiritual window. Okay. So I see all of these very powerful wand cards. Okay. You literally have the entire family, all four wand people in a pyramid. Okay. This is how old this is. This is from this fractalization, if you actually want to talk about it, where the cat goddess was fractaled into two of Sekhmet and Bastet. None of that even matters. This is all coming back together within your heart center, within your heart's core. Okay, whatever this is with the cat, with the feminine, with this separation, with this cattiness and the judgment, whatever is taking place, this is done. This is done when we say it's done. This is done when we step out of these situations and just only prepare for the party, only prepare for the good times, and just know that whatever this is that you created, whatever the fire, the drowning, the pressing, whatever this was in these other lifetimes that you created for trauma, you created those things so you would wake up in this lifetime. You created those things so this would happen. You created those things and wanted to observe how the feminine was being treated across time and space. This is coming into balance. This is in balance. This is the magic that you came here to bring into this, right into this field and the next field and the next field. And every timeline that you go through, Cancer, it doesn't matter if they choose to go down in a spiral and they're creating blackouts or this thing or whatever tidal waves that they want to create in their reality. You have left a blueprint in that reality, and you will leave a blueprint in every timeline, in every reality that you go through. And thank you for doing that. Thank you for being this aspect and anchor of the home and of the divine feminine and of the divine feminine grandmother. Ba-boom. It's going to be tough to give up the gold star today, I'm going to be honest with you. Oh. Rainbow warrior. Oh, Leo. Oh. Got the dragon's blood burning today for a reason.
useless. Okay, Leo, let's go. It's your birthday.
That's what you want to be. Now that's how you want to be observer. You want to be seen as a walking sun. Oh, and the truth shall set you free. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this, Leo. Decisions being made. One of those decisions being made is how much, how long, how you're meditating, when you're meditating, if you're going to meditate, if you're going to make meditation part of your daily. I do not mean part of your daily like, oh, I got to meditate before I go to bed. I mean having meditation be from when you open your eyes to when you close your eyes, and then knowing that when you're going to bed, you are dreaming and you are in a state of meditation as you are doing that as well. There are new beginnings of you stepping into your full multidimensionality. This is what is taking place with this strength of the Leo from these past timelines, from these future timelines, from as we step into these alignments with these powers and what has taken place and what has healed since Egypt, not Egypt 2, Egypt 1, the original Egypt. We are now coming into alignment with these things. Okay, you are triggering the crap out of people right now is what this says. You are triggering them because they're already sitting with how the solar flares are making them feel. They are already sitting with how the sun is making them feel. And you're walking around as a second sun, a third sun, a 1 million sun, a 1 trillion sun. It doesn't matter. You are the sun. They are dealing with the sun already. They're already dealing with these rainbow lights, and something is triggering them. That is okay. That is okay if I am triggering people. That is okay if you are triggering people. If you are acting from love, if what you are saying is to assist people and having, if they happen to be going down in a spiral, being like, hey, what are you doing? Come on, come up. Come up. If they can't hear those things, if they can't deal with those things, then you're being asked to limit communication with these people, limit communication with social media, limit communication via text messaging. If you know that sometimes your words are misconstrued from these people, just doing whatever you have to do to manifest that which you're manifesting. Because when these situations arise, when these situations take place, you're thinking about them. If you're noticing yourself thinking about anything and you're like, oh, I wish I said this. Oh, I wish I didn't agree to that. All of this would have been limited if we were pausing what we were saying a little bit more and just sitting with the fact that like this angelic love of the lovers and this energy of the lovers and the divine masculine and feminine working together with this angelic energy, it's right here. It's right here. See it right here. See the light right here. And this, you're not responsible for somebody else becoming triggered. You are not responsible for somebody else becoming upset. If they are upset, it's because you're reminding them that they have more work to do. And that's okay. Because we all have more work to do. Keep choosing to evolve and keep hoping that everyone around you chooses to evolve. And if it seems like people around you are not evolving, limit communication. And by limit, I mean stop communicating with these people that have chosen not to evolve. That's it. If you live with them and you're saying, well, how am I going to do that, Alexander? You just tell them that, hey, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going into quiet mode. I'm building for the future. I'm doing this or that. Find times and windows for you to speak with them. This is how the divine masculine communicates. The divine masculine communicates by somebody having they bug out, they flip out, and they say this or that, and they're all mad about something, and you just say, hey, here's what we're going to do. I'm working right now. At 5 o'clock, I'm going to get out of work mode. At 6 o'clock, we're going to cook dinner together. After dinner, we can clean everything up. At 8 o'clock tonight, we sit down together. We can talk about your feelings. We can sit with this until it's done. Mic drop. With all due respect, mic drop. That whoever that person is that was in that situation, if they don't go in the other room and go, oh, okay, I'm safe. I can breathe now. Then there's something with like therapy or some sort of counseling is necessary. When we create these boundaries, when we create these truths, plain and simple, when we speak about things in the way that is how this is necessary to be heard, this is the best way that we can say this in the highest states of awareness of the masculine and the feminine working together with the grandparents, with the children. This is the entire honeycomb matrix, ending with a Leo with wings. This is literally like the Red Bull commercial for Leo right now. Like this, what gives you wings? Truth gives you wings. You speaking your truth. Don't tell people, oh, I'll think about it, oh, this and that. They tell you and they're like, hey, you want to come over and do this? You want to come over and play poker? I'm busy that day, man. And by busy, I mean, I'm going to be staying at home and being the introvert I am and getting the work done that I'm doing and meditating. Whatever it is, be honest and truthful. Sit with it, because when you have this thing and you go, oh, I'll think about it. And you know that when you said, oh, I'll think about doing this thing that you're not going to do. Hey, we're going clubbing, Alexander. Do you want to come? Not really. I love you. Make better choices, without saying make better choices, but just like limiting these things where you're thinking about it later is what spirit is asking you to do. What the original creator of your soul is asking you to do is make sure when you're speaking to somebody, when they're asking you something, when they're saying, hey, I'm going to be coming into town, can I stay at your house? You don't say like, oh, can I park my car over there? Can I do this over there? Can I have this over there? If it feels off, just tell them like, hey, I don't have an answer for you right now, but this feels off. And as of right now, I think you should find somewhere else to do that. I think you should find somebody else to give you that ride. I think you just being honest and truthful. I'm not saying not to support and not help people. I'm saying if something feels off and this person always has their hand out to you, whoever this person is in your reality, they always have their hand out, but there's nothing ever in it, something is out of balance, okay? This person that's only showing up when they need your light. You're being asked to have that light on a grander scale for more people instead of just giving it to certain people that aren't doing the work. Plain and simple. And whoever this is, they're not possessed. They're not possessed. If it's your job to lift others up, Leo, it's your job to lift others up and to be the light, okay? If it's your job to do that, then identifying the people that are the most important to you, the people that live in your household, your best friends, the people that are around you, if they cannot be lifted up, questioning that, asking yourself, how do I do this? If what your spirit team is telling you that this isn't possible for this person, then you need to close that buffet. You need to close that buffet, regardless of who they are, regardless of how they're related or this or that. If they're choosing and they want to go down, you need to continue to go up, and you need to spread that light to who can receive it. But you're not assisting them if you're looking at them like they're possessed, if you're looking at them like they're irrational, if you're looking at them like they're the dark feminine, the wild feminine, the this thing, the destructive masculine. None of those terminologies are improving anyone's existence anymore. Looking, oh, but they're reptilian and this. None of that matters. All that matters is what you're reflecting and how you see purity in things or you don't. That is how you're going to be choosing these realities where there is only purity there, where there is the multidimensionality that was at the top of the reading. Virgo, we are going slow today. There's a lot to say. 1 hour and only have Virgo. Okay. Whew. Let me get some water. Virgo's going to tune in at the time I said. They're going to just watch me drink water. Whoa, now it's time to go. Whew. 88 degrees outside and decided to go with the old wool cap. They think you're possessed, but you could be. Find clarity. Be clear. Be clear about your purpose and what you're doing. The only way that someone can be possessed is if they're confused. Eliminate confusion. Remember who you are. Oof, Virgo. Can I kick it? Another popper. Another popper. An offering of ascension. That's what those three combined means. Oh. Okay, they just stopped me. They're like, no more shuffling. It's there. Okay. All right, Virgo. Interesting. Oof, oof, oof. I had a feeling. Okay. Little reminder. Oh. And there's the other popper. Interesting. Okay. We want more information. Moving forward in balance. Oh my God. Multi-dimensional team. Okay, the string. Okay. All right, what do we got? Oh. Okay, Virgo. What this says is you know that you need alone time. Spirit has chosen for you alone time and you're not taking it. You need to take a ride. You need to go do this thing. You need to walk alone. Tell your lover, tell whoever it is that always needs to be with you, whatever this, whether it's jealousy or whatever it is. Tell whoever this is, I'm contemplating. I'm going on a walk of contemplation. I want to work out alone. Whatever this is, take this time. Stop asking for this time and take this time because it's very important for your manifestations. It's very important so you make the right decision. You've done too much work and been through too many transformations that have been drastically assisting the divine masculine. We literally have 3 powerful aspects of the divine masculine in a triangle here, and then like followed by this like divine feminine guide. This guide of sorts has taken place. You've been balancing things with truth. There have been these shifts that you're watching take place. But this not deciding whether to go left or go right with something, this is because you're having so many other people's energies around you. If you take the time, this doesn't happen. This stops happening. You know you need alone time. You know you need to, whatever this is, to take these walks, to go to the gym, like I was saying, to go do yoga. There's something where you're saying, hey, I'm going to go do this. And the person goes, oh, can I come? And you're like, yeah, sure. No. Tell them Alexander said no, they can't come. I don't care. Like, have them be mad at me. I'll turn it into more love and money and abundance and youth. Like, just transmutate whatever this is, release whatever this is, and be the angelic that you are. And to be the angelic that you are, you need to do this that you haven't been doing. You need to limit this to see how do these people show up? How do these masculines show up? Like, are you mad at me? Do they become the little boy? They become the little boy, then they're not a man. Plain and simple. If they're fine. Mom's mad. Mommy, 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 why are you mad? Mommy, did I do something? Mommy, can I have my bubba? Mommy, I want my bubba. Hello? McFly. If he's still doing that, he's got more work to do. Okay, there is this like whole like, it's okay if she's triggered. It's okay if she's triggered. Being triggered is going to be part of life until it isn't anymore, until we gain these levels of patience. So whatever this is with this worry or anger or whatever this is, or this frustration, none of this matters. This matters. This is what you came here to do. And to get this done, you need this alone time. So take it. That's where you find your strength to move forward with love. That's how you become and embody your entire team and all of the archetypal frequencies and all of your starseed lineages, and have this release of any blockages. The way you move forward in balance is by taking the time. It's a very simple message for you, Virgo. There's something very, very powerful taking place for you this month. And for you to have that, you need alone time. You need quiet time. Tell them, oh, I'm going on a silent retreat. I'm doing this. Hey, I won't be talking this day. Whatever it is that you need to do to take the time and stop letting like, oh, but they're going to be upset. Oh, what if they need me? What if? Just trust in your children, trust in your family, trust in everybody around you to be able to function for 5 minutes without the all-powerful Virgo around. Okay. 107.14. Leaves. 107.14. Okay, totally different message for Libra. Libra, you're getting a little bit more of a oh, it's making me burp. Oh God. You've been alone long enough, okay? There's this you've been alone long enough aspect coming up. And there are belief structures that need to be not trimmed and cut down. Like it's like something's been. I'm the spirit's showing me like there's roots under the ground. It's like you're trimming a perennial. It's a perennial. It just keeps growing back. The original creator of your soul wants you to get all of the roots of what you've been doing and realize and internalize it is done. Realize and internalize that something that's coming out of your mouth, something that's in your thoughts, something that's in your belief structure is not true anymore. It was very true where you were. It is not true here. Whatever this thing is with love and whatever this belief structure, being alone or nobody's on the level or XYZ, there's something that has to do with love that is not true. It was true. It isn't true here in this reality. It can be true in this reality. It will be true in this reality until you realize and internalize and start speaking and thinking like it isn't true here. So this says whether you're in a relationship or not, you've been alone long enough. And this is because of belief structures from the old reality that were serving you before for you to get to this place, for you to ask the questions, for you to realize how you want to treat others, for you to realize how you want to be treated. So this whole like thing about fighting the inner child or something that happened, this is all already been released. Now spirit is asking you to finish strong with this. Finish strong and realize and internalize things that used to really bother you before. They don't bother you like they used to. And that's going to continue to happen. And the volume dial is going to continue to get turned up and turned up and turned up for you and for your sign more and more. You're going to notice that, oh, it's like this used to take you 7 days to process. And now it's taking you 7 hours to process. And in the next reality, it's going to take you 7 minutes to process. And then the reality after that, it's going to take 7 seconds until it's 7 milliseconds, until it's not even happening anymore, until you're not even noticing this and you're in every present moment remembering who and what you are. So whatever this belief structure about being alone or whatever it is, or the work, or oh, last time they did this, or a business partnership, or all of this, let all of this go when you can. It is not serving you. And it's going to continue to happen until you realize that it's not happening anymore. You can teach this to yourself. You can learn this. You can see that this is the case. What he's saying, what Alexander is saying is true. You can see that when you have this realization, like I was just saying. Find the things that you're like, wait a minute, he's right. This used to take me that long. Now it doesn't. Now I'm doing that so much faster. Interesting. So then this will make sense, because this whole like hard work, what you're balancing, the truth. You got the truth card twice. You got the Ace of Swords right side by side with the Justice card. As you're sitting here with all this light, a light is only going to continue to increase and continue to increase and continue to increase. This is part of the process. This is going to be shifting everybody around you. This is going to be shifting people from your past and people that you are yet to meet. Why are you limiting through your thoughts, through your field, through your speech? Why are you limiting people that you haven't even met yet? When you limit people you haven't met yet, you limit yourself in the present moment. When we meet somebody, they have the same lens. They can look at it with a lime green colored lens, or a rose colored lens, or a crystal clear, no color lens, diamond light, rainbow angelic light lens. When we show up, like attracts like, the person is a reflection of us. So the only people you're correct. This has been the case. This is no longer the case. When you make it no longer the case, when you trust in spirit, when you trust in the reality, when you trust in yourself, when you trust in what you've been manifesting, when you trust in the changes that are coming, when you trust in your decisions or the lack thereof. Mr. Telephone Man. God, he's upsetting people today. $1:14 exactly. Oh, this is gonna be a good one, Scorpio. Oh. I'm not gonna find these gems anywhere else right now. Come on, let's be honest. Where are you gonna find these gems? If you're looking for excuses, there's plenty of other channels to go to find the excuses of what to blame. Oh God. And he's out of foxes to give. He's been out of foxes for a while, but he's just out of foxes to give. All right. He loves you very much, though. Hey, let's go. Mr. Telephone Man, let's jump around with my line. That's not the card for Scorpio. I don't know what it is. There it is again. Yeah, see? It said, there it is again. Oh, man.
But I have to deal with them, Alexander. They're my boss. They're my dad. I live with them. I have to.
Okay. Or you don't. Oh, okay. Something with fighting, something with arguing, somebody texting you. People are texting you right now. It's in the first period. It's in the first placement. People are texting you things that don't feel good. Okay. This is because of the old magic. You manifested this in the old reality because you knew these people from old realities because there was something you were healing and transmutating with these people. There was something that you were transmutating for a very long time. You had to create these issues to then find the issues, to then see the pattern, to then have the pattern and say, hey, God, original creator of my soul, universe, how do I get out of this pattern? And then find those answers. Those answers you have found. The awakening is upon you now. So this is saying that you've been more okay than ever with stepping out of codependency, stepping out of your abandonment issues, doing all of this healing and being safe and happy being alone. But now that you've done this work, this is going back to when you hadn't done the work. These people were manifested in a time where you were still in codependencies. These people were manifested when you were still dealing with abandonment issues. And these abandonment issues are what's taking place right here, right now. This is what these people are still going through these things. These people are still, when we meet someone, they are a reflection of us. They are no longer a reflection of you. So what are you going to do going forward? This does not mean Alexander said that you have to leave and you have to go and do that. No, but you do have to stop letting it affect you. You do have to be more in your truth about this. You do have to say, regardless of like, oh, but what if they fire me? What if they this? What if they ask me to leave? What if they throw me out of the house? Then they're still allowing themselves to be confused. They're still allowing themselves to be possessed. They're still choosing manipulation. You have to choose freedom. You have to choose your freedom. You have to choose, am I making the right decisions? Am I speaking about people the right way? Not speaking about them how I think my boss, how I think my father, how I think my grandfather, how I think my partner, my lover, whoever this is representing. I don't have to tell you that you can do better. I don't have to tell you that you can do better. I can tell you that they should be doing much better. Whoever this is, I'm going to just send them a reflection of evolve for God's sakes. What is this? What is this? Scorpio, you have to stop allowing this. You have to put this on a diet. You have to close this down. You have to stop feeding into whatever this drama is. Whoever and whatever these people are. You're like, well, I don't know what to do. What do you mean you don't know what to do? Just make the decision that feels good. Ignore their text message. Why did you ignore my text message? You want to go read it, homie? Let's read it together. Why did I ignore your text message? Read it. How am I supposed to answer that and continue going up in the spiral? Why didn't you talk shit with me? But I want you damn kids. You damn kids. You damn kids with your ascension agenda. Who is? This is Scorpio. We're talking about Scorpio. Okay. Oh. If you don't know who he's speaking about yet, ding, 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 you have 31 days to figure it out. This is what's taking place during August. Something that is taking place, somebody from the past, somebody that was around might be trying to come back around, or somebody that is still around is just limit whatever this communication is. Do not feed into this anymore, because that's what this says. Moving forward while looking backwards. Moving forward while looking backwards. Okay, looking towards the end of the month, looking towards the end of August, we see this card, which literally represents all of the drama, speaking poorly about people, the opportunity, remembering who and what you are and why you're here, and the light warrior and the light worker and the high angelic that you are. Okay? We create situations that stand up the cups, that fill up the cups, that teach others how to make their cup overflow, so it overflows into the cups of others around them, and their cups overflow, reminding others that they only can be affected by vampires if they're being vampiric. They only can be affected by these things if they are doing it. So step out of it. Stop doing it. Remember who and what you are. Remember that you cannot be drained. You can allow yourself to be drained. You can allow yourself to make poor decisions, which will then drain you. Feeling just can't be right, but it is. It's too late to turn back now. You went too far down the tunnel, you're ascending, wow. It's too late to turn back now. You went too far down the tunnel, you're ascending now. Who is this? Sag. I was going to pretend to skip and go to Capricorn. I couldn't do it. Sag, you're just crushing too much right now. 122.44. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, wow. It's just a lot of It's too late to turn back now. Your boss. Somebody, I don't know why the spirit wanted me to yell your boss. Somebody was just thinking, I don't know who he's talking about. Yes, you do. For God's sakes. All right, let me clear the deck now for Sag. Sagittarius, it's your turn to take the floor. And by the floor, I mean the ceiling, the roof. Oh, she's right. I need water. You worrying about money, Sag. We're not allowed to worry. Especially when there's nothing to worry about. When you wait around. Oof.
Something major has completed. Oh my God. All right, so some sort of blending of the masculine and the feminine has completed, and you're wondering what to manifest now. What a powerful window to manifest now. August 4th, in just a few days from now, is an incredibly powerful new moon, which is having to do with the 7-7 window that you just went through. So whatever this blending and this bonding and this going from riding a bicycle to being in this very, very stable vehicle that can drive itself, that is driving itself, whatever it is that has completed, and you're wondering what to manifest and what to do now. What am I doing now? What am I doing next? This is what you're manifesting during August 4th. This is what you're manifesting during this new moon window. If you do not know by then what it is that you want to do, ask your team to come through in your dream time. Tell yourself you'll remember your dreams. Remember how fast everything is moving, and also limit the fighting, limit the arguments, just like what's been coming through in a lot of the readings today. And maybe watch the Galactic Update from the beginning. This whole thing is saying something with alone time, something with the mind, body, spirit, and moving towards victory. If you need alone time, take it. If you need to contemplate, contemplate. If you need space, just do this. Stop worrying about what others are thinking. Just trust that they have got their stuff taken care of. Trust that the way things happen in the old reality is not how they're going to take place here, Sag. Because that's what Spirit is wanting to remind you. Is you're looking at situations how they were when they're different where you are. Give these people, give these places, give these things, give God, the original creator of your soul, the universe, give your team the opportunity of showing you that things are different instead of only seeing them how they were and bringing up the past. You're being asked to no longer bring up the past, because whatever the situation is where you're bringing up the past during August, it's not that way. It was that way. You're correct. And maybe there's this oh, I'm sorry I did that now, but that's no longer here. That's no longer XYZ. Give the person the opportunity instead of just becoming spiky, so to speak. Okay? Because what Spirit's wanting you to know is to make the appropriate decision. Sometimes the decision is your reaction. How are you reacting? Show the mastery, show the magic, show Spirit your gratitude and what you know. I'm heading towards victory. I have become more balanced. I'm more balanced for my people, for my work, for my life. I'm more balanced for everything and everybody. And I am very capable of bringing in whatever this new level of abundance is. Because the card that popped out was a lack of abundance. You now have the capacity and the capability to whatever the thing is that you came here to do. You were looking at it in your subconscious mind as if you were hypocritical for doing that. You're no longer hypocritical for doing that. You never technically were hypocritical for doing that. But now that you've stepped into this new balance and these new activations, Sagittarius, you are now absolutely positively not that person that you used to be. There's been a major completion. So step into that modality, step into that lineage, step into that schooling, step into that whatever it is that you came here to offer it. Offer it. Instead of looking at it like, oh, but I still haven't seen this reflection, or I haven't seen that, or this thing or that. Like, let that come down and let yourself see how awesome everything is when you step into this new reality as this new version that you know you are. You can see how different everything is. You can see how everything is shifted. You can see how you're reacting less. Now you're being asked to react even less than you were before. And trust that things have changed. And if they haven't changed, bring that up and have that conversation when you see that something's happened. But don't basically force or just presume that something is still happening that's no longer happening. Where would you be now? What's lies, Bo? Bo, are you triggered? Are you triggered from my Gemini reading? Capricorn, talk to me, brother. What's lies?
Your wings have been clipped. Jen, they are now unclipped. You now have an extra pair of wings. Does anybody else want an extra pair of wings? Extra pair of wings for you, too. Everybody look under your seat. You've got an extra pair of wings. Imagine an angelic Oprah. We truly have ascended. Woo. 1:30:55.
Alexander, you're gonna make them mad.
Why? Experience love. I never get my water. Reminded me. No. It's just that because I see there shouldn't be songs that are good on the playlist. Then I could stay more focused. With lipstick on his collar, perfume on him too, tells me he's blind. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it in one hand. Pretty feminine song you got on that playlist, bro. Oh. I'm drinking at the bar. Okay. Read all about it. One. Capricorn, what are you doing? Okay. It's time to call your Capricorn friend. Capricorn, if you're listening to this, your friend Alexander is right here to let you know there's something you're waiting for. There's something you're waiting for when you are what you're waiting for is what Spirit is telling me, what these cards are telling me. You are the change that you've been waiting for. It's like you're waiting for superpowers when you already have them. It's like you're waiting for, I'm seeing this like when the librarian has the glasses on top of their head and they're like, does anybody know where my glasses are? It's like you're sitting here with like 6 angel wings as a seraphim. And you're like, oh, I'm waiting for my wings to come in. Look in the mirror. If you have them, you are what you're waiting for. So instead of waiting for whatever this is, if you need to continue to manifest it so you can see it, so you can see some signs, so you can step into it, then do that on August 4th. Do that through your dream time. Do that by being the miracle, by being the shift, by being the magic. If you're going to wait, you're going to just continue to wait. This can happen whenever you're ready for it to happen. You can see these signs. You can step into this timeline. You can step into this reality. Whatever it is that you've been waiting for to ensure yourself that, oh, once I see X, Y, or Z, I know that I've ascended. First of all, you already have ascended. This has already taken place. But you waiting for whatever this is, you're going to continue to wait because you're manifesting the wait at this point. You're manifesting this as like, oh, I'm not ready yet. It's too much work. There's this, there's that. That's not the truth. Okay. You've had numerous people telling you that is not the truth. You've had yourself knowing this is not the truth. Your aspects telling you this is not the truth. Your dream time telling you that this is not the truth. But in the same time, it is the truth because that's what you've been manifesting. So it's like, oh, another triggering reading for Alexander to give. I know you don't want to hear this. You want to hear like, oh, everything. August shows money and love, and then you're going to get a Ferrari. Go outside, there's a Ferrari. You need to manifest the Ferrari. You need to be the Ferrari. There are friends that have been telling you things. The friends of like mind, the friends that are in situations that you would like to be in, the friends that have manifested things and you know they've done the work. Ask them what this is. Sit down with them. Have this heart to heart. Open up to these levels of vulnerability. If you're a divine masculine, step in because you have been doing this. All the people around you have noticed that you've been doing this. You've been more vulnerable. I've noticed it with every single Capricorn I know, like stepping up, talking about their feelings all of a sudden, all this stuff that like, there's no way they would have done that a decade ago. So some of the things you're already doing, there's no way you would have done a decade ago. So now what you're being asked to do is be the miracle, allow the miracle, become the miracle by allowing and getting out of your own way. Like this is literally like saying like you're the one that's popping up these things to say you're not ready. You absolutely are ready. Whatever this is, it's already happened. You just need to see that the wings are on your back, so to speak. Okay? That's why it's going to happen so fast. That's why things seem to be shifting so fast because they have to for where you're going, for what's shifting with the next timeline that you're going to. So, still in the beginning. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's whatever this is. There's something that has been difficult work, and you've been telling yourself like, oh, well, this wouldn't be so hard, or this would be here, the money, or the love, or the situation, or the whatever this is of what you've been, saying it's not done yet. Maybe it's not supposed to be done yet. Maybe part of your purpose is talking about the process of getting that done and being in those levels of vulnerability, to be in those levels of truth, to assist everybody that is related to you, all the other Capricorn, all the other people that are sharing your starseed lineages and your ways of thinking and your philosophies and your family, the karma, the love, the blood, the energy, the light, the spirit that are the colors and are the sounds that are you, Capricorn. Okay? So who's the friend? Might be a Leo. I'm just saying. It's a Leo card. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius. I'm writing with the cap. 139.17. 39.17. Okay, let's go. Ooh, so many cracks. The cracks in the backs. All right. That's good that you like it, Veronica. I feel like nobody else really does. It's just. It's been a while since I've triggered this many people, honestly. That's good. I'll take it. One more. What we got, Aquarius? Staying still with all the work of balance, balancing the two aspects with the inner child, completion. Completion again. Choices. I got it. Okay. Wow. Very interesting. That took a minute. All right. So there's something that you've been thinking, Aquarius, that you're sitting still with, that you're waiting for, but this is very much so done. It's like you're sitting here, you have the upload, you have the download, you're waiting for these two aspects of the masculine to balance, you're waiting for something to become one. It already is one. This has already happened. There's no point in manifesting this anymore. Like, this is what has taken place. It's going to happen faster and faster and faster. We're seeing that something is happening very, very quick here. And this, whatever this marriage is, like all these masculine underneath over here with the inner child, like something shifted on, what is it? Let me get them both. Yeah, something shifted on 6/21 that you're waiting to shift. You're waiting for this to happen. You're waiting for something to conclude. You're waiting for something to heal. The healing is already in process. Let's, instead of looking at this like healing, look at the whatever the pain is as if it's magic. It's an upload. It's a download. It's something that's there that is very, very magical, is very, very powerful, and is very, very good. There's something that is being looked at as if it's bad, and it isn't bad. There's something that's being looked at as lack that is not lack. So just, there's something with communication as well. There's something with your level of communication and stepping into new ways of communicating. You're being shown in all these places. Everyone's seeing you have the magic. Like how you're being viewed. What an awesome card to have right here. You're being viewed as you have this powerful magic wand. You're heading towards victory. You are heading towards victory. You are moving towards victory. And part of your victory is being in this like shamanic state. This shamanic state of like plain and simple completion. Something is healed. This has transpired. This has transmogrified. This has transmutated on all of the dimensions, on all of the realities. So waiting for this thing to happen, manifesting this thing to happen, when you like, just please like sit in meditation, create sacred space, burn some sage, then light your favorite incense, sit in meditation, and just allow spirit to show you the accuracy in what Alexander is saying. Allow spirit to show you that there's one major thing, but there might be some other smaller things, about two others, spirit saying. There's about three things. you're waiting for that have already happened. And your manifestation powers would be better served manifesting something that has not already happened and manifesting what is about to happen. Because something you're manifesting or waiting for, it's already here. Those levels of safety are here. Those levels of magic are here. Those levels of power are here. Those levels of abundance are here. Those levels of skill sets that are necessary for you to take the next step are here now. They're happy. There we go. That's why they say, man, that's shy. Oh my God, Katie, you're still here? We are in a new timeline. We are definitely in a new reality. Usually it's like the second I'm like, okay, let's start Sagittarius. You don't even hear Sagittarius. You're already like X button. If I flame you on the live, it means that I know that you know that I know that you know that I love you. I know, I'm just messing with you. 146.44. So I'm a little jealous of those numbers, Pisces. Those are good numbers. What did Leo have? 50.05. Not bad. Not bad. A little God sandwich. All right. Oh, Pisces. This is going to be a good one. I imagine a good one. Ooh. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Okay. Okay. Somebody stabbed you in the back. Somebody betrayed your inner child. Okay? But this was balanced. Whatever this is, whatever this betrayal is that you've been transmutating, that you've been asking why this happened, you're not looking at the big picture. There's something that you did that this person was upset with as well. There is something that you did that you're being asked to be honest and truthful about whatever this is. How would the mother come through? How would the mother sit with this? How would the father sit with this? These are different levels of love that you are stepping into based upon what everyone else is doing, okay? So there are things that there are conversations for you to have, and you're being asked to have these as the reflection of the grandmother, of the highest divine feminine, but from a masculine standpoint. Let's put this down for a second. Let's talk about spirituality. That's actually psychology. Let's talk about the mother's love, and let's talk about the father's love for a second. First, we'll go over the mother's love. Oh, my dear, you beautiful, beautiful child. You fell off your bike. Let mommy kiss your boo-boo better. Oh, okay. Mommy, oh, the boo-boo is better. Okay. What does dad do in the same situation? Does dad kiss the boo-boo better? No. Dad says, oh, you fell off your bike. How did this happen? There was sand at the bottom of the hill, Dad. I skidded on the sand. It's the sand's fault. Okay, but Dad says, well, what are you going to do next time you see the sand? It's not the sand's fault. You've now learned what sand does under breaking bike tires. That is the difference here. I'm not saying that there's some folly here with mom. That's mom's job to show up in that way and kiss the boo-boo. Dad's job is to make sure you don't get the same boo-boo again, or else that's kind of stupidity. Dad wants to make sure that he's bringing up an intelligent child. This is what you're doing for other people in your reality. So sitting and staying in this, whatever this betrayal is, there's a way to have the conversation, the heart to heart, that is very, very masculine. It is not something's being looked at as overly vulnerable, especially to the masculine out there that are hearing this. Something's being looked at as overly vulnerable when this is actually the power of the masculine, and this is the intuition and the energy of the feminine coming through you as a conduit. This is part of what your job is to sit these people down and to say, you fell off your bike. Do you not see this thing as you fell off your bike? Okay, you fell off your bike. How do you not fall off your bike again? That's part of your job, is helping people make the appropriate decision, by helping people use their magic, by helping people see that they already have a bounty. How do you do your job if you're feeling betrayed when you weren't betrayed? Whatever this thing is that feels like a betrayal, Pisces, these were the things that were to wake you up, to show you that you were still in certain distortions, to show you there's a pattern going on. Why is this pattern repeating itself, original creator? Why is this pattern repeating itself? So you ask that question and you tune in on godliness, you tune in on divinity, you find the fact that you can communicate with your guardian angels and your starseed lineages and your team and whatever your vernacular is, you can speak with the universe. So whatever this this happened to me. You asked for that to happen, so you would ask the question, why is this pattern? This pattern is not mathematical. This is unarguable. So now that you remember that, because I know that you already knew that, whatever this conversation is, have it. Whatever this bounty is, spend it. Whatever this investment is, make it. But be honest with yourself, what is the real thing? And stop acting from whatever this wound was. Pull the sword out and let the wound instantaneously close. You stabbed yourself in the back. They didn't stab you in the back. You asked them. You said, if I am still doing these things and these windows on this day, during this solstice, during this equinox, if I am still acting like this, you please show up and do that. You had those conversations before you came to this plane. You asked these people to do these things to show you that you weren't in alignment enough to make the jumps that we're about to be making. So that's not a betrayal. This person loves you so much, they did what you asked them to do, even though it hurt them to do it. Ooh, it gives himself goosebumps. How do you know you're in a channel? Taylor. Did you enjoy that today? Ooh, the dragons are coming on 8/8. The dragons are already here. The dragons are coming to the Crystal Current website. We're doing a complete rebuild. Whatever is on sale on the Crystal Current website will be taken down on 8/8 because I am rebuilding the site behind the scenes right now, making all that new, making these epic things. So go to crystalcurrent.com and there's some very, very affordable, very, very powerful things that I actually, some of the things that you're probably wondering, but why are you getting rid of them? Some of the things I actually cannot afford to do them anymore. Like things have shifted, crystals have shifted, prices have gone up. That like they shouldn't even be the price that they have been. But it's because I had stockpiles of stuff, they were. So the fact that they're even cheaper than they have been, it's kind of ridiculous. So yeah. So just be prepared for all the changes. And if there's anything that you like, there's very limited stock. There's a lot of stuff sold out. And go to crystalcorner.com and get on the mailing list if you'd like to not miss out when I do one of these random sales like this. That's why things are sold out, is because of the people that are on the Instagram, because of the people that are on my mailing list. So yeah, if anybody wants a session or even needs sessions anymore, those are available at galactictarot.com. I ruffled some feathers today. I would like to just say to all of the feathers that were ruffled, I love you all so much. And if any of this ruffling has been really upsetting to anyone, oh boy, oh buddy, Mama's coming home real soon. And if you think Alexander was harsh in any way, shape, or form, Mama's been holding her tongue for over 10,000 years. Mama is now being held in a safe container by the true divine masculine in that godly essence. And Mama's going to speak. So if you think that was harsh from Alexander, you might not be ready for what's about to be shifting on this world, and in this world, and in the next world, and in the timeline after that, and the one after that. Because the truest essence of the grandmother, that gatekeeper aspect of the divine feminine, she's on her way. Hold on to your butts, my family, or smile, trust, stay in clarity and out of confusion, and close the buffet on any and all of these daemon. And remember how powerful you are. And remember that the armor of God that is around every one of you pillars of light that are watching this broadcast is impenetrable. The only way that anything that is a shadow can get inside of something that is a light, the light must be dimmed, the light must be turned off, a crack must be created in the armor of God. The cracks in the armor of God are your potential confusion that you stay in long enough to allow these lower dimensional forces to affect you in the first place. Raise the light, raise the walls, and remind them that you're not trapped in here with them. They're not trapped in here with you. Limit the confusion, raise the awareness, be in clarity, do the things that keep you in the highest states of clarity, and control the reality around you. I love you so much. Oh, before we go, Veronique, you want to get